Welcome back to Star Wars.
Coincidence! So,
I think not.
Yeah, in the original trilogy, there was the coincidence of, Luke and Obi-Wan just so happened to come to Alderaan as it gets blown up. But that's about it.
Yeah.
That's the only big coincidence, and that's the will of the Force. Whereas Rise of Skywalker, it was, they happened to go to the planet where Lando is, and happened to find a cave underneath a ton of quicksand, and happened to find a dagger.
Also, Lando Calrissian should not be just chill with hanging out on a desert planet for 30 years.
Yeah.
You think he would have beefed up Cloud City security and just stayed there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a bit
Or, literally anything else. Other than Luke taking him to a desert planet and him going, I'm going to chill here for a bit, don't worry.
Then I'd probably put Episode 6. It was a fun film, minus Ewoks. The Ewoks ruined the entire ground battle of Endor for me. And do you know what the original plan was for?
Is that you being a jaded old man, or is that
No, that's me knowing what they could have been.
a jaded old man?
Do you know what the original plan was for that scene? It was going to be not on Endor.
Yep.
It was going to be on Kashyyyk.
Oh, right,
And
yeah.
it was
so
going to be
Wookiees. Yeah, I think I've read that somewhere.
That would have been way better.
Yeah. So that's an entire chunk of the finale that just is a wasted opportunity.
But it's not.
Owen is confused.
I have mixed feelings about that. I think that would be great, but also at the same time, I think there's something... there's something... Oh, don't worry, I can sort it.
Sorry, the thing popped up on the TV at that. I was like, it said it was going to turn off. But I'm like, I didn't really want it to turn off. Try to run.
I think there was something about that last battle that is just kind of put into... I don't know, there's just something nice about it. I think if you have like a race as overpowered as Wookiees who can literally tear off limbs,
That would
going
have
against...
been, also, that would have fucked your Peggy rating.
Exactly.
Well, it's not Peggy, but you know what I mean.
Exactly, but like, and because it was like little teddy bear things, that kind of... I think it brought more people in. Yeah. Like, they were like, oh look, it's teddy bears, and they're fucking up these helmets. And guys...
If anything, actually...
damn it!
It just goes to show how fucked the stormtroopers were.
Yeah.
Like, their armor's so shit, you can get taken apart by rocks.
In Legends, there was something about most stormtroopers that get shot don't die. The armor
Just
distributes the energy across their whole body, which knocks them out. But it means that even light hits
Like rocks.
knock you out as well. I think that was in Legends one of the explanations. Don't quote me on that. I might.
I think I remember.
Oh, and in the
telling me
future,
about
quote John on that, because it's definitely true and right and canon.
Oh my goodness. I think I remember you telling me about that once.
Yeah, then I put Episode 3 above 6, just because I feel the emotional stakes there were a lot higher between Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
At least in the finale. We'll ignore entirely the part in which they're stood on tables spinning sabers around each other.
That was cool.
Tell you what.
That was dumb.
It was funny,
it was
though.
dumb.
If I don't think there's really that much that I'd go back to the new trilogy for.
No.
If I want to have a good time, I will watch the prequel trilogy because they are fun movies, regardless of how shit they are.
Yeah.
And if I want to watch good movies, then I'll watch the originals.
Yeah.
I might go back to
Force Awakens. Yeah, Force Awakens.
It occurs to me I completely missed Force Awakens in this.
Force
I would put
Awakens.
Force Awakens below Episode 3.
Force Awakens is my favourite one of the sequels.
Oh yeah.
And
Definitely.
that's saying something. Fuck,
I need to watch Force Awakens again because I don't think I've seen it since it came out.
It's basically a New Hope.
And I liked it when it came out.
It's just a setup movie though.
Yeah.
Which is what first.
But
if you're going into a
fun
film
enough.
knowing it's a first part of a trilogy,
Yeah.
It's not
your,
bad.
your first part is setup.
Yeah.
Yes, it's still got to have its own climax and that,
Yeah.
but it's also important for it to be the first act of a trilogy. That's the same with scenes. Every individual scene should have a climax
Yeah.
of some description.
It doesn't need to be a big climax.
No.
You don't need to come every time, but you know.
Oh boy.
Just a little tease.
Just like a...
is good. Yeah. Like a tap in a desert.
Christ.
Alright, I'm actually going to make a flippin'
Someone did point out another
spam point here.
plot
Because I forgot to do that.
in
plot hanger.
Rise of Skywalker. So
That's not hard, I feel.
I was going to say, if even I can notice
Yeah.
plot holes in
So
that.
Adam is the most oblivious movie watcher I know.
and it comes
No
down to the
offense.
weakness.
No,
of
it's just I literally don't care.
It comes down to the weakness of them just using the Empire again as the
Yeah,
bad
the
guys.
big bad.
So Kylo Ren follows Rey to Endor in a TIE fighter.
How did he get the only working TIE fighter in that wreck of the Death Star?
And in the wreck of the Death Star, TIE fighters at that point didn't have hyperdrives.
No.
They still don't have hyperdrives.
How did he get there?
Because a ship as compact as a TIE fighter can't have a hyperdrive.
That's a good point.
In
How
fact,
did he
the
get
only
there?
ones that did were like the TIE interceptors, and that was excruciatingly experimental.
And you probably have died.
And TIE defenders and
The
it
bigger
hurts
ships.
my head.
How did he get
TIE
there?
defenders are like twice the size of TIE fighters.
Yeah.
This is a little bit off topic, John.
Yeah.
But I feel
Go
like
on.
this is something to throw at you. You know when we were watching The Mandalorian
Yeah.
and one of the ships lands and you go, that's not how that works. So actually, that was going to happen in The Force Awakens because that was concept for that. So they brought it back because they really liked
yeah,
it.
that's fair
Have you heard about some of the concepts for The Force Awakens? Because they were going to go wacky with that.
Yeah.
I don't
didn't hear it. I
remember
haven't heard
any of them
And
off the
they
top
were
of my
meant
head.
to have the triangle TIE fighters in Force Awakens
Oh shit.
as well. You know,
Oh,
you might have blinked and missed them, but they were in
Yeah.
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Were they?
Yeah, they had triangle wings.
Oh, I think. Oh no, I didn't. I think I was thinking prequels.
They're just TIE fighters with triangle wings, basically.
Oh, nice.
And that was their version of an improvement, even though they could use the TIE Shadow, the TIE Defender, all these other TIEs in the expanded universe.
The tie-dye and the fly...
That they'd already said were non-canon.
the flag.
Yeah, but they've
So-
made some of them canon.
Yeah, I know. They'd already said they were non-canon. Why didn't they use them?
Yeah, just rebalance them and ignore any Legends numbers of how strong things are, because they're dumb.
Ah, fuck. Gotta go all the way back to the beginning.
So I think we've decided in conclusion, suck dick. But,
Yeah.
you know.
Suck a fat one. Please let the franchise rest. We have been fucking Star Wars too long.
True.
It needs a break and a glass of juice.
You can
It's
tell.
bad that we're already saying that about Star Wars when Star Wars hasn't had as many films as Marvel.
No, but I at least come out of Marvel films going, that was fun, and then later realise that parts of it were stupid.
It's true, but I think, yeah, so
I mean, I'd also like Marvel to have a break.
Disney did a dummy dumb because I think they focused too much on making the movies look good because
Yeah.
Marvel movies look shit. Let's
That's
be real.
true.
Just
That's
like
very
I
true.
mean, they do, but they're fun.
look at but the writing in them and
Oh,
like the
fuck.
story behind them are generally quite good and they stick to the concept pretty much all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's very basic, but fucking...
But they were like, oh no, don't worry,
It
we
works.
can just.
Oh, thank goodness.
Have you only just beaten
I think I
Fantoon?
finally killed Fantoon. I am so far behind. Don't even talk to me.
It's alright because when George
Okay.
Lucas
I have, like,
Star Wars originally
One way, I think
ideas.
I can bring this run back
Okay, so
from defeat.
can I mention Star Wars just one more time?
I was still talking, but no.
Oh, sorry, Karen.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, so what I was saying was, I think Disney just kind of went, it's fine because
It's
George
Star
Lucas just
Wars.
basically made it up on the spot and we can do whatever we want.
Yeah,
And
they actually didn't go into the sequel trilogy with a plan.
they kind of forgot that there is stuff that they could have used.
Yeah.
Like, Star Wars has comics and they have this
That's-
expanded universe that they could have pulled from, but they just didn't.
The thing is,
Yeah.
they've been remembering to use that in other things.
Yeah, no, just not the...
The things that the execs aren't paying close attention to. Fuck.
So,
I am
yeah.
sucking dick on this.
But you can tell which directors have been interested in
Jon
Star Wars
Favreau.
because Jon Favreau
Yeah.
is a massive fan and he's done The Mandalorian and plus John Favreau, fantastic director.
It felt
Yeah.
like the original trilogy.
He's done some good shit, and he knew his stuff going into The Mandalorian, and that's why it's such a good show.
And that's even with multiple different directors and things. but-
Exactly. But
That's even with Taika Waititi going, yeah, fuck you, I can do this.
by the way, I found out who Taika is. He's the robot at the beginning.
Yeah.
IG unit, yeah.
Which is fantastic.
But he also-
The way they did that just blew my flipping mind.
He
I'm not
also
kidding.
directs the 8th episode
Yeah.
as well. So.
I don't know how
I
they
can tell
got around
he
to
directed
it,
the
but-
8th episode.
Oh, really?
It's a bit more. There's
It looks like
a
Thor.
few more funny moments.
Yeah, it's got fucking Ragnarok all over the place.
No,
There's
it's-
Led Zeppelin playing.
No, it's just got a few more funny quips and things.
Cool.
Confirms
Not-
that Zeppelin exists in Star Wars.
They're not like in your face.
Yeah.
It's still, I would say, like the humour was in the original trilogy, where it was there,
Yeah. But it was
but
like,
But they didn't pause for a last track.
it was there, but it was Han Solo.
yeah,
So,
it wasn't every character was making
Yeah.
everything a quip.
It was Han Solo
it
being
was
a
a
sassy
Marvel
bitch.
writing, basically.
Yeah,
So I went to see it with my dad,
yeah,
yes.
who has seen everyone. I think saw at least Jedi in cinemas.
Yeah.
So he wasn't too big of a fan of it either. But the first thing he said when the credits came up was it came up and he took off his 3D glasses and he turned around and he looked at me and he said, "So do you think George Lucas watched this?" Or
Yeah, no, definitely.
no.
George would have broken down.
he'd have
if
had a
it's-
fucking fit.
I don't think George has actually seen any of the most recent trilogy.
No, but it was just a fucking frank. That was shit. Did George Lucas okay this?
Yeah.
Please don't tell me he did.
That's another thing. Just because I know George Lucas has very strong opinions on the Force being black and white versus grey.
Yeah.
He's very much the Force is black and white.
Yeah.
Full stop. It's the expanded universe that makes it a bit more grey.
Yeah.
That's something that I feel that the Disney Star Wars has been a bit too wishy-washy on. They haven't dedicated themselves to one or the other.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it could be either one. I don't know where I'm going.
It doesn't help the fact they were like, haha, Rey's a Palpatine now.
But like in The Last Jedi, it's very much going, the Force is black and white. But in The Last Jedi, they were very much going, ooh, it's grey! The Jedi are bad! Which, yes, they are. They stole children.
Yeah, exactly. The Jedi weren't exactly great people,
No.
retrospectively.
But I just think that also kind of muddled the themes, and that is that they
Yeah.
couldn't decide on themes.
No, yeah, exactly. There should have been because it was a saga. It should have had an overarching theme, and you can't really for the prequels and the originals. There is an overarching theme, and they stopgapped it at both ends. But then they added these extra 3 on, and it could have been all right, but they didn't write it.
Yeah.
So
they didn't plan it. That was the
Yeah.
problem.
Like, clearly... Oh, sorry.
The thing I have a problem with that I mentioned earlier is that they've obviously gone. What made the final episode of the other 2 trilogies cool?
Big space battle at the end.
Palpatine.
Yeah.
Which is not what made them cool.
Nope.
But it.
Yeah.
Palpatine was only there in Jedi to redeem Anakin, and then they put him in 3 because it was like, oh, this is how Anakin is corrupted. But Anakin wasn't in Episode 9,
Yeah.
so what the fuck was the point of Palpatine? I'm also lost, by the way.
Cool.
So.
You have time to catch up.
Well, what do you
Try.
mean he wasn't
It-
in Episode 9?
His voice...
Anakin's voice was that wasn't Anakin. He didn't do anything special. He told Rey to stop being a bitch for 5 seconds.
Well, admittedly, he's dead. There's very little you
We
can
have
do.
Force ghosts.
We have had ghosts shoot lightning.
But only when it's convenient.
John raised a very good point yesterday, which was why didn't Anakin turn up and speak to Kylo?
Instead of it being his dad.
Yeah.
The person,
Why didn't Anakin turn up and say
The person
you can be
Right.
redeemed?
the person
from
that
dark
put
side like I
Kylo
was?
on this journey of the dark side,
Yeah.
not on his own merit, obviously, it was Kylo's vision of Anakin put him on this
Yeah.
path.
So that scene that you're talking about specifically
Is a memory, not a Force ghost.
No, yeah, and I can tell what they're trying to do there, and I can kind of respect it because that's his own psyche putting Mr. Ford in there. Don't know how much money they gave him for that.
Way too fucking much.
Yeah.
Because he did
does
not want to be
come
there.
back.
A
Testament to his acting skills, though.
And I said to John at the time, he looks younger than he did in The Force
He
Awakens.
does, actually. I'd not even clocked that.
That's because the actor had finally been able to let go of Star Wars for a few years.
There's a weight lifted off his shoulders when they were, oh shit, there are whispers of a new trilogy, I might have to do my job again.
But no, yeah, I respect it because I know it's him trying to fix his own broken psyche by bringing his father back into his life and accepting that. But it's also dumb because it doesn't make any sense.
Oh, Metroids.
I know what a Metroid is.
I know, but I'm showing
You are a Metroid.
There are Metroids here.
They're not even real Metroids.
Yeah,
No.
do you also get where I'm coming from?
Yeah, no,
Where
I get it.
It would have been
Oh,
a good
shit.
way to cycle his character.
Yeah, especially if Anakin had turned up and gone, the fuck, man? That's my goddamn helmet. Piss off.
I mean, they can't now, it's gone. For the second time, because I thought it was on Starkiller Base.
No, it got rescued, obviously. You're stupid.
Can you see Force ghosts of people that you haven't actually met?
Yes, because they're one with the Force.
And the forces.
But like, I'm trying to go through it in my head in canon. I can't remember someone who hasn't seen that person in real life before.
Okay, so planned,
Right.
yes.
Okay.
But George pulled plug.
Right.
So there's an episode of the Clone Wars called Mortis, and a bunch of Force ghosts, or I say a bunch, 2 Force ghosts were meant to show up.
A horde of Force ghosts.
Only one ended up showing up,
Right.
and that was Qui-Gon to Obi-Wan.
Oh,
Okay.
that's nice.
But to the Son, who's this Force entity,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
the
that one.
ghost of Revan was meant to show up,
Right.
who is the character from the Old Republic.
I thought Qui-Gon never became one with the Force.
No, Qui-Gon was the first of the current generation of Jedi to become...
at the end of Revenge of the Sith, Yoda says,
Yoda.
your master is waiting for you on Tatooine.
Really?
Yeah, and he goes and trains up Obi-Wan.
Oh.
Well, he doesn't say your master
Yes,
is waiting, but he says something about Obi-Wan.
Qui-Gon's
being there.
Force Ghost is who taught Yoda how to become a Force Ghost.
That's pretty cool.
No one had been able to do it for a long ass time.
It comes down to Qui-Gon's view of the Force. Instead of going off the unifying Force, which is what the Jedi focus on, he focused on more the living Force.
He was such a cool character.
Yeah.
Again, is more the grey
sucks
side
that
of
Leave
the
fucking
Force.
niece.
He was wasted.
Oh, yeah.
I like Qui-Gon
Yeah.
Jinn.
So it's a lot of, instead of where the Council and anyone that followed the unifying Force would just follow what the Council says, he would say, no,
Yeah.
the Force is telling me to do this, so
I'm gonna do
jog
it.
on. Well, ignore the fact that he had to kill his first apprentice because they turned dark, but...
That I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I think it also happened to Mace, which is why he doesn't teach people the pad,
Okay.
which is his style that takes opponents' dark side energy and uses it against them.
That's cool.
Because actually what it ends up doing is teaching people how to use the dark side.
And
Funny that.
It's only a theory, but there's a theory that that's the reason why he was so set on killing the Emperor.
Oh, because he could use
Because he'd
his...
just been channeling all of the Emperor's dark side energy against him.
Yeah, he was like, oh, don't worry, this isn't going to be a problem. Because I have all his energy. So is that... So is
But
that
also it
part of the
corrupted
reason...
him slightly.
Yeah, is that part of the reason Palpatine gets all wrinkly? It's because he's stealing... Is that one of the fan...
That would be
Okay,
really funny,
that's
though.
been retconned.
Has it?
Has it? Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't get scarred.
What?
Apparently
But he
he
does.
has a Force illusion.
Oh, he was just always a wrinkly old man.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
I
That is
agree.
dumb.
That's supposed to be a... I don't know where I'm going.
Imagine that though, if Mace just took all of fucking Palpatine's dark side in and he just turns around, I am the dark side!
You imagine him the Sith.
Because that is basically what Palpatine does in the latest movie, so...
Yeah. Is
Oh.
that thingy...
I still can't believe that. They wasted the opportunity. Unlimited! Ah!
Do you ever just think about the fact that Emperor Palpatine shot a Kamehameha?
Yeah.
as I do. They keeps me
So
up at
fun.
night.
A Kamehameha that splits into 1,000 Kamehamehas.
Like there isn't enough like
Adam.
variation in Dragon Ball where that
Adam,
is definitely a variant.
How do you think the average male is supposed to maintain an erection? You have to think about Palpatine doing multiple.
Of course. It all makes sense now.
Oh, this is why I haven't been able to keep it up.
This is why I've been flaccid for 2 decades.
Happy New Year!
We taught you how to become erect. Have fun with that
Thank
knowledge.
you.
It's going to be a fun decade for you, Adam.
New year, new me.
He's never going to stop thinking about that. Unlimited power.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Anyway, and with that, thank you very much for watching this episode of Space
Space
Run.
Run!
We'll see you in the next one.
See ya!
We kept with the space theme.